So before I start today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Psychonautic Therapy. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. He's the one who helped provide the footage for Halo Infinite, and I really appreciate it, man, because I feel like if I'm doing a review of the game, I should actually have footage and obviously, play the game all the way through. But yeah, again, shout out to Psychonautic Therapy. Great content creator, makes really good Armin Smith videos like yours truly. So and just other videos in general. So, with all that said, let's actually get into this Halo Infinite review. So, if I'm being 100% here, Halo Infinite is not bad. It's definitely better than Halo 5 when it comes to story and its gameplay, and definitely better than Halo 4 to a certain point. But if I'm being transparent here, I feel like Halo Infinite should have been more. And what I'm talking about is, first let's talk about the gameplay. As you see here, thanks to Psychonautic Therapy, sorry by the way if I say your name wrong again. The gameplay is fun. Like, I'm at the same time today. This was like one of the first times, besides Doom Eternal, I was actually having fun playing through the campaign. I was like, man, this is actually something that I wish that Sony had. And personally, I kind of wish this was like the rest of the game, where it's just like straight up like great gameplay and everything. It's like the story's like something that happens on the side, but no, no, this is not the we are. That is not the case. So if you guys can see, you guys should have a grappling hook this time, which I think is one of the best things they could have added. Just because, well, you can switch the grappling hook out. Anyone who plays this game knows like the grappling hook's the best way to play. Uh, it adds such a different, I guess you would say, movement to it. I like how you can use it as like a weapon, especially as you get the stun upgrade. It just makes it so much smoother. And I was playing through. I literally just like went berserk with it. I kept hooking onto things. I was like playing like I was playing this game like how I was playing Titanfall 2. I'm just hooking onto everything. I'm just going crazy, trying to move everywhere. And it was fun. It was just like, man, this is Halo how I remember it. This is what I remember Halo being like. And of course, obviously you can see, there's new upgrades and all that stuff. And I like that stuff. I guess we'll talk about the open world stuff. Well, I don't think the open world is bad. Let's get this straight out of the way. It's not bad. I feel like a lot of the stuff in it is kind of pointless. Like, really think about it. You could get these, different kind of configured guns, but once the gun runs out of ammo, it's like, oh yeah, well I'm just gonna drop it. So, thanks for that side quest. That was like completely pointless, and that's the other thing too. It doesn't really have side quests in a traditional sense. You go talk to someone and you get, you'll get a quest and you'll go I guess you get a weapon or reward. This was like, oh yeah, you can get upgrades and configure gun. And yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I would rather them do it this way than put in like a bunch of side quests that just go completely against what Halo's been about. But it feels pointless. Like it was like with Gears of War 5. It's like, hey, you could go out here and get this great weapon, but then it's like it doesn't really matter when that weapon runs out of ammo. So, open world gameplay, pretty dang good for the most part. I'm not going to say it's like the best stuff ever, but it definitely passes. And oh god, the BR. The BR is the stuff of Legends. Let's actually talk about sound design here real quick. So, apparently this is actually something like freaking 343 really spent their time on, to the point they actually were apparently catching like the jet engine sounds like from an actual jet engine. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. And the way the guns sound in this game and how everything sounds, it has like a different style. They don't blend in with each other like some first person shooters do. I like how the BR sounds. It has that crunch. It's like, man, it makes you feel like you're actually, using a real battle rifle. Like something that, like, if you were on the middle of a battlefield, you would just have this, it just had this crunch to it. I just keep saying crunch because maybe I'm hungry. But it's not bad. It's like it's actually I like the sound design. I like the graphics too. The graphics actually look good, but they also look cross-gen. You know, kind of like with Horizon Forbidden West. You know, it's obviously got certain things that because it's on cross-gen, because it's on the previous generation, they have to tone down certain things. They can't go like balls crazy with the graphics and all that. But I still think there are times where this game looks really good, and it's like it's so surprising because like there's like a time when the first time the open world really opens up, I was like taken away. Like damn, like this is the first Halo game. I actually just sat there and just looked at the game for a bit. Like man, this is really beautiful. Like I can't deny the game looks good. Am I gonna say it's the best looking game of all time? No, but it looks good, just like how Ghost of Tsushima and freaking Horizon look, where it's like, oh, it looks good because it's a cross-gen game, and it's kind of surprising. Plus, that 60 FPS, man, beautiful, beautiful. No first-person shooter should be 30 FPS for a record. So I'm giving this game a lot of praise, right? You're thinking, man, that PlayStation gamer probably really likes this game. We get into the story. Now, I want to say this right now. I don't think the first half of this story is bad. I actually think the first half of the story is good. It was kind of surprising. I was like, oh wow, this is actually, it feels like a proper Halo game. It has heart, it has soul to it. Then the villains show up. And the villains are, to put it best, the most cliched type of villains you can have. There's one in particular. I actually literally forget her name because she's like supposed to be like a forerunner, and I literally do not remember her name because she's just that unimportant to the story. And she's supposed to be like the goddamn what's like the villains they were hyping. I'm forgetting their freaking name, but yeah, it's because they don't do anything. They exist. And the only villain that like I remember is Etrum, and that's just because I called him Mr. Monologue when I was playing through it. I was like, oh, Mr. Monologue's here. Oh, Spartans, you are weak. We are strong. He talks like that. And it's like, Jesus Christ, is this the direction they told the actor to go in? Because it almost feels like he was hamming it up at some points. And then it's like, once you get out of the, fresh phase of it, where Master Chief, Weapon, and Echo, we're going to talk about those two soon, by the way, I feel like the story just kind of takes a backseat. And don't get me wrong, the gameplay, like I said, it's really good. It carries the rest of the game. But it's like the story just doesn't have the same punch that the first half has. So let's talk about Echo and Weapon. And honestly, first off, the way they end this game is on a stupid fucking cliffhanger. Weapon doesn't even tell you the name she picks, although I think it's implied it's going to be Cortana. And Echo's name is actually like some weird. I think it was Sanchez. I'm not 100% sure about that. But it was like the most stereotypical, Latin name I could think of. Like, I don't know why. Literally, when I first saw this guy, I was thinking Latin. And when I saw him, I was like, his name's going to be Sanchez. Or it's going to be Pedro. Something like that. Pedro Sanchez. Something like that. And it's like, I don't think they're bad characters. I think Weapon herself is kind of interesting. But Sanchez isn't. He's not. He's supposed to be like this counterpoint. He's supposed to be like the everyday guy. And it's later revealed that he actually stole the Pelican instead of actually being part of the military. And it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then like at the very start of the game, he is so bitchy. I literally just sat there like, dude, for real, stop. I want to like you. I want to. But you're bitching so much, it took away any likability you had for me. Weapon is kind of fun to, interact with where, well, I guess, interact, I'm saying like cutscenes, but it's like, she is kind of quirky in a friendly way, but once it's revealed that, I'm not going to get into spoilers here, but what happens, Then she becomes a little bitchy, but then they bring her back. It's like, I don't know, her character isn't completely terrible. I'm not objecting to having her in the future games because I don't think it's bad. But that's the problem here. I feel like that's the overall problem I have with this game. It's just okay. It's just passable. It's better than the previous 343 games, that's for sure. But it's like that's not saying much because the previous games, in my opinion, were pretty bad. Halo 5, I still think it's the biggest slap in the face to the fans next to the Halo TV show, which I'm going to wait for that to finish, but let's just say I'm not in the most positive mood about it. But yeah, I feel like this is weird because like people are giving this game so much praise and they were like acting like this was like the best game ever. I'm like, no, this is not the best. Is it good? Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely good, but it's like I wouldn't say it's anything above, what Bungie did with Halo 2. And I know that might come off, like it's high praise, but it's like I always felt like Halo 2 of the the core 3 Halo games was the most average when it came to its story and all that, but that's my take. But yeah, Halo Infinite, I just think this game could have been more. Not even going into the multiplayer and all that, because the multiplayer is essentially done. I think like this game's multiplayer, while it's free to play and it could make a comeback, and I'm hoping it makes a comeback. I just don't see it happen. There are people out there who holding out hope that Anthem would make a comeback and never did. And I feel like Halo Infinite is weirdly in those shoes. I mean, I think it has a chance, but it's not high. And the multiplayer, while it's fun, is nothing like crazy. It's just like there's so much missing. And I feel like that's also kind of the problem with the campaign is there's so much missing because they literally do not tell us what happened to the forward onto Dawn. They don't tell us about Affinity. They don't tell us what happened with the Affinity. They don't tell us what happened to the crew. They don't tell us what happened with the Arbiter, with Locke and his crew, or hell, even Blue Team. And as a Halo lore buff myself, I was like, oh, that's kind of bad because what are you going to do? Just put it in a comic and then, hope people read it? That's literally what they fucking did. I literally think they put the backstory into the comic. And by the way, the Banished, I was pretty convinced after Halo 5 we'd be taking on Cortana and the Guardians. By the way, Guardians are nowhere in this game. They're just not there. They're just not there. Hi. These giant things that could destroy planets are just gone. Like no one knows where they went. Just that's my problem here. A lot of the stuff is just behind. It's behind something. But what do you guys think of Halo Infinite? I think it's about average. I think if I were to put my score on this, score, I say the single player is wait till a sale. I think the multiplayer, because obviously it's free to play, but I'm going to be real, I don't think it's really worth your time right now. I think that you're better off just waiting for there to actually be more meaningful content before you actually buy Halo Infinite. Well, I guess, download Halo Infinite's multiplayer. But yeah, the single player itself, I think it's like where you should wait for it to be on sale. Although funny enough, this actually was on sale when a friend of mine who, by the way, shout out to Bree Killer, aka Nick. He let me play his Xbox to actually play Halo Infinite because I did want to do a review and I told him about this. And I got a USB stick and all that, but I'm gonna get to that another day. But yeah, Halo Infinite, it's just a wait to see on sale for me because I don't think it's anything super amazing. I don't think it's anything bad, but it's something that's just like I feel like if you were to play other first-person shooter, you walk out with a better experience than this. I think like if you're honestly, if someone were to ask me which one should I get, Halo Infinite or Doom Eternal, I'm gonna tell you Doom Eternal. But until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Peace out and have a good day. What do you guys think of my review? Do you think I'm full of shit, or do you think I'm being pretty fair. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube BS. Peace out, and have a good day.